Reddit, what's some of your cringiest high school stories? Completely dead silent class. I ripped a loud fart. I tried to play it off by saying that my mouth made the noise. Tried to emulate the actual fart with pretend farts for about 30 seconds. After each pretend fart, it'd say, "No, that wasn't it. Let me try again." All while sweating nervously and shaking. AI freshman year of high school, that can kill me. The trick is blame it on someone else. It worked for me in 5th grade, sorry Chris. Don't tell nobody, but the real trick is to turn around and look at the person behind you. They are already looking forward, so they can't re-look back at you. All they can do is also look backwards or to the side, and with each deflected glance you're one step closer to innocence. Back when sour candies were all the rage, me and my friends would see who could hold the most in their mouth for the longest time. As someone who likes a challenge, I ended up shoveling a handful of those super sour toxic waste candies into mouth. Unfortunately, what I failed to realize is that sour stuff causes a lot of saliva production. So when my crush entered the cafeteria and made eye contact with me, I smiled, and multicolored drool literally flooded out of my mouth and slathered itself all over my t-shirt. She said to and walked away. I died a little inside that day. My mouth watered just by reading the first sentence. Do you feel your salivary glands prickle when you imagine tasting sour things? I live in a hot tropical country, but I was fat, so I tried covering it up by wearing a XXL DC hoodie everywhere I went, even under the hot sun. People would ask me why I wore a jacket. It'd say I felt cold, even though I was sweating visibly. Everybody knew why. I know that now. That was my thing too, sweaters to hide the fat. Though I knew everyone could tell how fast I was, it just made me more comfortable having the sweater as buffer. Never liked showing off my figure, but I'm in Canada so not so bad lol. Still wore it in the summer though. Sonic fast. Worked up the courage to ask a boy out. He reluctantly said sure. I then asked if he'd want my number so he could call me sometime. He again reluctantly said sure. I then proceeded to painfully cuff my number into the back of his hand to the point of almost drawing blood because I was too embarrassed to ask for his pen because mine wasn't working. He never called. Edit. To be clear, it was the pen I was using to inadvertently cuff my number into his hand. Similar to how, when you keep scribbling a pen on a piece of paper, trying to get it to work. Except in my nervousness I didn't think about how it was his hand and not paper until it was too late and I knew I had dug my grave. Gotta be honest, if a chick carved her number into the back of my hand instead of asking for a pen, it'd be scared of being the first victim in a string of serial murders. Let me tell you about this chick named Dolores Umbridge. I was eating an awesome sandwich. It was so filling though, so I tossed it at the trash when I was done. But some random girl who probably has a very heated memory of this walked by and got sub-smacked. I awkwardly laughed because it was unexpected. She probably thinks I did it on purpose. When I was 14 I had a crush on this girl. Her younger sister told me she had a crush on me back, which was false. So me being the incredible naive kid I was, decided to ask her out. Only I did it from my mom's phone by asking my youth pastor to ask her for me. To no one's shock and my complete embarrassment, she said no. What followed was easily the most awkward few weeks of my life at school. I can't believe your youth pastor played along and didn't sit you down and tell you to figure your own shit out. Now look son, Jesus didn't die for our sins for you to be using me like some type of Christian smingle. Obligatory as this was middle school, but I'm still kept up at night by this. I sent 2 girls "will you go out with me" messages over the phone at the same time, and they were next to each other. I did something similar in high school, but asking 2 exes to hook up I was tipsy and dumb. They were next to each other at a party. That worked out much better than it should have. My man. We used to have a school farm. 12-year-old me used to find great amusement in chasing people with pig sheet on a stick. One day I chased this goony kid around the playground while everyone watched and cheered. He finally had enough and whilst running, slapped the pig poo with the back of his hand. It flew straight off the stick and into my mouth. It just stuck there, half in, half out. Playground went silent for about 2 seconds before a huge eruption of laughter. Don't chase people with pig sheet, kids. Not worth it. Edit. Holy sheet. Thanks for the silver. Another time I made a Harry Potter app video on YouTube and shared it with people in my school. It got sent around and a ton of teachers watched it in class. Unfortunately for them it wasn't FYR2. B/my F3PA. Just watched it. Now that's cringe. Thanks for sharing. I loved it. The 100% lack of ability to actually rap with the beat. The lyrics, the effects, quality production like this isn't easy to come by. My best friend decided to end the friendship in 9th grade. So I left an anonymous comment on one of her blog posts asking if she knew me because we had so much in common and would make great friends. When I was a freshman I was asked by my English teacher to be one of the judges for our school's talent show. One of the acts was a bunch of 6th graders wearing clothes and just showcasing their outfits. Apparently I missed the memo that I needed to be nice to everyone. Because when they came on to perform I absolutely tore them apart saying I don't see the talent in what you're doing, while the other judges praised them for wearing nice outfits or whatever. The amount of death stares I got that day haunts me to this day. Wrote real person fanfics. I was basically Tina Belcher. Me and a few friends made some signs on A4 pieces of paper protesting against 9/11 and Al Qaeda and walked around campus showing them to people. I have no idea what the duck our aim was. I don't know who we were supposed to be showing our anger to or what we were trying to prevent, being that this was in response to 9/11. We just thought we were really cool and edgy because we dared to make signs. Oh, I do have a cringy story. Back when American Idol was kinda popular and I used to watch it, there was this rocker guy I really liked, Constantine. He got voted off one night and I got really upset about it and put protest signs all over the school. Like, what were my classmates gonna do about it? Zdead it. Wow. Thanks for the gold. D. I was bullied a lot in junior high by jocks. One of them sat behind me in class and kept trying to slide things down the back of my pants. Finally I snapped during study time, turned around and shouted, "No, I won't go out with you. I keep telling you I'm not gay. Why don't you date a girl or something?" Jesus Christ. I got in trouble for swearing the words gay and Jesus Christ were swear words in 1982 Virginia, and the jock beat the shit out of me after school. Later in college, he came out as gay, though. I wore cat ears and a kimono to school. Like, more than once. The Sansan Ball was completed with neon fishnets, Doc Martens, and my blue Justin Bieber hair. I also wore a collar. Like, a legit collar, not a choker. When I was 16, I wore a thick leather dog collar with a 6-foot chain leash. Yay. Not exactly school appropriate attire. Gotta save that for the bedroom. FCKU. You just reminded me of the one time I wore a dog collar to school. Why didn't my mom stop me? I want to die now. Honestly, IDK how I would handle this as a parent. Like, oh, sweetie, I'll let you, but you definitely don't want to do that. I wore a trench coat and a fedora all the time. Sometimes I wore headphones around my neck because I thought they made me look cool. I learned on the very last day of high school that they did not make me look cool when one of my friends said he only ate lunch with me because he thought I was going to become a school shooter and he didn't want to die. Edit. Everyone guessing who I am. None of you got it right so far. I suppose this happens a lot. I did hang out with a Daniel who wore trench coats way more than me though. But he wasn't a trench coat Mayfair kind of person. He was more of a dress up in 1860s clothes for 60s day during Spirit Week kind of person. Edit 2. I graduated in 2011 from a school in Northern MA that was torn down last year. I came on to my grade 9 geography teacher. I flirted with him constantly, pretended I didn't understand anything, so I could stay behind and talk to him after class, even though I was actually gifted, and eventually got shot down really hard because he wasn't a pedophile. I once dyed my hair blonde and cried all through class because he didn't comment about whether it looked good. So embarrassing. Went to a Catholic high school and was in a rebellion phase. dyed my long hair black, cut myself, the whole nine. This angsty rebellion extended to my musical tastes too, which at that point were various flavors of metal. But of course, being the idiot that I was, I just had to let everyone know what I was listening to. Dying Fetus, Hammer Smashed Face, Goat Horse. Just various band/song names that were purposefully outlandish/offensive. I enjoyed the music, being as young as I was, but I reveled in these vulgarities while surrounded by my Catholic classmates. Until one day at lunch, this girl stops me mid-sentence while I was going on about the Cannibal Corpse concert I attended that weekend. Do you only listen to these bands because of their weird names? Question mark? She saw through my bullshit and cut me down. FCKU Jackie, you're too good.